So I'm here with Falynne, right?
Yep, Falynne.
Okay, I got it right. Like Jimmy Fallon, that's how I remembered it. With Two Strikes Media, my name's Carter Heitzman, and right now we're going to go live here in the my business page as well as our Facebook group, Arizona Sphere. So I just wanted to say hi to you, Fallon, and get to know about you. Where are you from originally?
Yeah, well, first, thanks for having me. I'm from Cave Creek, Arizona. I live in South Scottsdale now. I've left a couple of times, but always seem to come back and love it here in Arizona.
Okay, awesome. And what are some of your hobbies? What are some things you like to do?
Well, I for some reason I always get stuck on this question because I feel like I work all the time. But when it's not 100 degrees outside, I love to go hiking around Arizona. My husband and I are big outdoorsy people. I love to try new restaurants around the valley. I grew up riding horses, so sometimes on the weekend I'll go ride, on Saturday morning. Um,
Great.
Other
Do you
than
have a
that,
Do you have
I
a
like
favorite
to
trail
run.
that you like to ride on?
I pretty much just ride in the arena. I haven't really gone out on many trail rides yet. But as far as like hiking, I like to hike Camelback. It's usually pretty busy. Black Mountain up in Cave Creek is a great hike. I don't know if you've ever been up there. We go to Superstition sometimes. So yeah, I kind of like to try out new trails that not a lot of people know about, so it's not super crazy. But
Right. So you said you do some riding in the arena. What type of riding do you do?
so, are you familiar with like any type of horse riding?
Yeah, I've got a few friends that are in the business, and I've been, I go to the Arabian Horse Show every year. I love
Oh,
to go
cool.
check that out, so that's pretty neat.
So I'm a little bit more on the casual side. I do more of the Western, so the slow jogging and loping around the arena. But I grew up racing the poles and barrels, so a lot of like timed events.
Oh
I
wow.
haven't done that in a few years, but I would love to get back to it one day.
Okay, great. So tell us a little bit about your business. It's Two Strikes Media, is that
Yeah,
right?
Two Strikes Media.
Okay.
So I've actually been working in marketing since I graduated from ASU in like 2015. Um,
Yay,
yes,
Devils!
go Devils.
I'm an
I've
alumni too.
worked. That's awesome. I've worked in media sales. I've worked a couple agencies around the valley and in California. So I had a lot of digital experience prior to starting Two Strikes. But last September is when I kind of started going out on my own. So I specialize in, social media management, paid social advertising, SEO services, which help businesses' websites rank in search results. And then also a lot of content creation. So, one cheaters, a lot of marketing material, brochures, blog writing for websites, that type of stuff.
Great. And who's your ideal client? Who are you looking for right now?
So I don't really have a specific niche. I do focus on small to medium sized business owners, people who either work solo or have a small team behind them, 5 to 10 employees. Um, I work with local clients as well as people out of state. So I've worked with people in Florida and California and Colorado, which is great. But as far as industry, I work with a plethora of industries. I'm sure as I expand, hopefully, I can kind of narrow that down a little bit.
Sure.
But right now, that's kind of it.
Do you have an industry that you like more than the others that you like to focus on?
I don't think so. I think it's kind of nice to have a little bit, of difference between clients so that I'm not getting bored kind of focusing on the same thing all day. Some people kind of like to only have one niche. I think to others it might be a little bit easier to kind of have a strategy and be able to deploy that, to each client. But I think because I'm new, I've learned a lot across all of the industries that I've been in. So I think that kind of puts me at, an advantage when I get someone new and they're looking for kind of a different strategy. So yeah.
Excellent. Well, starting a business is always a little bit tricky and a little bit scary. How have you adjusted with the pandemic? I mean, has it affected you at all, or have you been able to adjust, adapt, and move forward?
The pandemic has actually been really great for me. So I feel like my wheels of my business started to turn early this year. And once the pandemic hit, I kind of got nervous because I was thinking, I'm just starting to get traction. This is not a great time for this. And it ended up being the opposite. Because I work with small business owners, I think a lot of them had more time at home to focus on their business. So that was kind of when people started reaching out to me. So as far as the business aspect, it's actually been really great. People are turning to online to sell their products and their services. And then as far as working from home, I had already worked from home, so there wasn't too much change there. My husband also started working from home, which I actually felt helped me because he was I could always hear him out in the kitchen working, which kind of motivated me to keep my head down versus getting distracted. So, I'm fortunate to have had the upside of it.
Awesome. What are some of the things that you and your husband are doing to stay positive throughout all this?
Really focusing on helping ourselves. I think so before the pandemic, my husband, his job started really early, so he always had to leave, I think, by like 6 a.m. every morning. And so not having to have that travel time, we've been able to spend the mornings outside having coffee. We go on bike rides quite a lot. Right now it's either, super early or super late when it's not so hot. But really trying to check out from the computer. I think when you work from home, it's easy to stay in the office until 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So being able to, hit the off switch and spend time outside, which is what makes us happy.
Awesome. So it sounds like you guys are just having some quality time early in the morning.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's nice not having to do that commute, right? And being able to
Yeah,
go to the clock and things like that.
it's amazing how much time it saves in your day.
It really is amazing. Excellent. So that's it. I just want to get to know you a little bit, let my viewers know about you. And do you have anything you want to plug, any services or offers that you want to, get out there?
Yeah, I guess, if you're a small to medium-sized business owner and you're looking for, strategy or help pointing your business in a direction, I'm happy to help. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, and so how do they contact you? Do they call you, they text you, they hit you on Facebook, is there a
Yeah.
website, that type of thing?
Yeah, so on Facebook and Instagram, you can find me it's Two Strikes Media. And then online, it's just twostrikesmedia.com. Sorry, I was drawing a blank. And then I don't know if you're able to, with your video, add my contact information, but you can reach me at Falynne at twostrikesmedia.com, all spelled out, or by phone, of course, which is also on my website.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, I'll try to put that in here when I do some post editing. Real quick, how'd you come up with the name Two Strikes?
So my husband actually came up with it. So in 2019, I was actually laid off twice. I was working at a big agency over in North Scottsdale for a couple of years, and they laid off about half of their digital team. And so I was one of those. And then a couple months after, I started working at a small agency here in Scottsdale, and it just didn't really work out, I think, on both ends. So yeah, that day I went out and bought a computer, and I was trying to think of a name, and my husband was kind of being funny, and it stuck. So we liked it.
Awesome. Well, that's a really cool story behind that name for sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Well, it's been great speaking with you today, and I'll try to get your information on their post when I post edit. But look forward to hearing more from you, and I hope this leads to some more business for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you. You have a great rest of your day.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye.